Hey there, my friends, Brian King here. I just wanted to check in because the post that I made yesterday about my MS and so forth, long story short, I was diagnosed a year ago with multiple sclerosis, but because of the various other health challenges I have, they had a hard time sorting out what was causing what in terms of symptoms. Well, I met with an MS specialist in Chicago, and he did his battery of tests and was able to conclude that I have the relapsing remitting type of MS. And I shared that. And an additional find was that there is a lesion on my spinal cord, not just my brain. And it's in my cervical region, which explains why I have leg weakness and arm weakness and occasional tremoring, and sometimes my legs give out, and so on and so forth. Well, this was responded to with a lot of concern and some worry by some people, including some of my clients, and I want to address this because this is a critical lesson for everybody, okay? I had a conversation with a client this morning who was concerned about reaching out to me for support out of concern that it might be burdening me. And one thing I made very clear to this client is that my self-care is my responsibility. So don't hesitate in reaching out to me thinking that you might be sapping my energy or something. Because if you have a need, if you need support, you reach out to those who are there to support you. And if they're too tired or so on, they can tell you that. But to make the assumption from the outset that you are burdening someone else, that you are reaching out to them at their expense, not a good dynamic. When it comes to me, it's really, really critical that you understand that I champion self-care. I absolutely go out of my way to make sure that I have the supports externally in terms of people, accommodations, as well as the resources internally, mindset, to be able to live the life I want to regardless of my challenges. And all of the clients I work with, self-care is a critical feature. It's not a matter of saying, well, you're depressed. Well, that's just the way it is. You're just going to be depressed. There are things you can do to elevate your mood so that depression doesn't bombard you and drag you from living a life as fully as possible. MS is not going to stop me from being happy, from feeling like my life has purpose, from feeling like that I can reach out to people, that people can reach out to me, that we can enjoy each other's company and be happy. We don't have to get together and complain about our aches and pains and ailments. That's not life. There are moments, yes, where it's helpful to have that validation from somebody that gets it. But you don't have to live within the funk or the restrictions of your various difficulties, whether it's physical, like cerebral palsy or MS or chronic pain, or whether it's much more of a mental piece like depression, anxiety, ADHD, whatever it is. If you find yourself consumed by the challenges of your various conditions, you have at least a huge self-care problem. If it's not that you're not listening to music when you can, or that you're not getting outside and enjoying the weather, a lot of it is up here. So if you feel miserable because of your various situations, you've got to work on your inner game. That's where I come in. No, it's not pretending everything is hunky-dory and that life is blissful and that you should just ignore these various challenges. It's not that at all. It's realizing that your life is not simply your disability. There's more to you in your life than ADHD, bipolar, MS, chronic pain. You just need to know how to balance your thinking, balance your attention. That is some of your most sacred work on this planet, and that's what I focus on. So when I share stuff about my various health challenges or so on, it's not to garner sympathy or to say, oh, you know, poor Brian. It's to demonstrate to you that you can continue to live a full life even if you have all this stuff going on. I've got a lot of stuff going on. I've got Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. My joints are very unstable and sometimes partially dislocate, and it's painful. I've got the MS now. I have to use a wheelchair sometimes. I have ADHD and dyslexia. I have 3 boys that have Asperger's and ADHD. Now, you look at all of that and you focus on the negatives of it, it's going to seem like this unbearable weight. And you might ask yourself, man, I couldn't do that. I'd be miserable. Well, you absolutely have that choice because there's no balance in how you perceive that situation. What allows me to be so positive and relentlessly optimistic is the fact that I have a balanced way of looking at all this. I have learned how to look at the opportunities, how to be resourceful, how to own it in such a way where I realize that I can take action to improve situations, to find opportunities, not just simply have the negative things that are part of this scenario. The people you meet in life, and sometimes when you get yourself in this situation, that are perpetually miserable and feel like victims all the time, these folks do not have a balanced point of reference for the life they're living. They don't have resources to support them during those difficult times. And this, if anything, is what I hope I'm impressing upon you through the videos and other resources that I share, that it's about balance. It's about equality in your mindset. It's about having the supports that you need, community, things like canes, wheelchairs, the right medication if that's a good fit for you, the right professionals. There are so many things that can make all the difference in the world if you know what they are, you know how to bring them into your life, and you sustain them. And if you need help with all this, with any of this, reach out to me. It's what I'm here for. Okay? Don't worry about me. I have the things in place to take care of myself. Let me support you. So that's just what I wanted to share on this. I hope this has been helpful. Please share your thoughts underneath as well. And if there's anybody you know that can benefit from this, please share it with them as well, because nobody should go through any difficult times alone. This has been Brian. Take care. Thank you for watching. We'll talk again soon.